I was all ready for liftoff, and then I realized I got the squeaky chair, and I had to reboot the studio. Hi, welcome to the Slade Ham Experiment. Slade Ham, your host, as always. It's nice to be here. Having a good week, I think. Lots of good stuff happening. I've started complaining less, which has made me a happier person. Except I'm going to complain about some people here. I complained about somebody. I got complained about. Complained to. You ever do stuff and have people just look at you like you've lost your mind because it's so different from how they can fathom doing things? I told somebody I left some candles lit and went to the store. Okay? Look at you. Some of you probably already bristling in your seats. You did what? You lit candles and left the house with the candles burning? Oh my God, you monster. Your whole neighborhood could have burned down. They always got to say it in a whisper, too, like it's a secret. Wouldn't want anybody to hear what a terrible person you are. Why that fear? I understand there's some places that you probably don't want to leave candles burning. I understand that. But I'm in Southeast Texas, home of no earthquakes. Am I going to get a weird Texas earthquake out of nowhere? I don't have cats or a dog or children. I don't even know which one of those is most likely to knock a candle over. That's an experiment no one ever runs. I'd read that dissertation. We put 100 dogs, 100 cats, and 100 children in a house with a candle. And then show me the numbers. Yeah, all those things are barbecue. So I live alone. I lit a candle because I don't care who you are. Vanilla sugar cookie smells good. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love a good vanilla sugar cookie candle. And I wanted some food, and I wanted to come back, and my house just not smell like house. That's all. Whatever regular default house smell is. You know? Like Texas. I wanted to get past all the ragweed I knew was in the air, all the dust I knew was in the air. Whatever I'd cooked that day, probably steak smell. Some form of cooked flesh in the house. And I wanted to go to the store and come back and smell a little bit of Christmassy heaven. You know what I mean? Look at me like I lost my damn mind I said it in the middle of a table and I walked away. What are the options at that point? Ghosts? Anyway. Don't come at me with your bullshit. All right. It's been a week. I am this week, as of the time you're hearing this, most likely in Fort Worth, Texas already. I have shows Friday and Saturday night at Hyenas in Fort Worth, downtown Fort Worth. It's a wonderful club, probably my favorite club I still play. And I'm doing brand new shows and 4 opportunities to catch me. Lots of friends coming out, lots of fans. Should be a fun time. Would like for you to join me. The link to those tickets are in the show notes, and then also links to the tickets for September 28th. I'll be at the Houston Improv with Jerry Wayne Longmire, and I promise you don't want to miss that show. Unless you're mourning the Queen, who will still be dead by the 28th. That's for certain. 96 years old, the Queen. I don't know. Let me rephrase this. Prior to like 20 minutes ago, I knew nothing about the royal family. I'm going to tell you everything I knew 20 minutes ago. I knew there was a queen, and I knew there were a bunch of other motherfuckers who didn't really do anything, and they were always in the news. Some of them had red hair. That's everything I knew. Totos. So, surprise, as I researched this a little bit today, the line of succession. First of all, can we talk about, we'll talk about the line of succession in a minute. But why are these people famous? Why are these people, I didn't deduce this in my 20 minutes of quick research on who gets to pretend to be in charge of England now. As far as I can tell, somewhere, this wasn't even a thing until the 60s, maybe the 70s. I wasn't around. When this royal family, all the other royal families don't do this. This is the only one. And nobody says it, nobody says anything. You ever heard of the King of Norway? No, of course not. Why would you? He's not parading his children and grandchildren and great-great-great-grandchildren around in Easter hats 24/7, drinking tea. No. What does the King of Norway do? Runs. He probably doesn't run. Kings don't do anything anymore. They don't run anything. They occasionally sign stuff and be old. That's your job as king, as a monarch, as a sovereign. So I'm sure the King of Norway, most of his days isn't doing king stuff. He's probably tending a herd of reindeer or working in an ice bar. Other kings don't. Who else? Who else? The king, I remember the king of the Netherlands was Wilhelm Alexander. I don't know why I gave him a German accent, because I don't know how to do a Dutch accent. That's why. Willem Alexander was a KLM pilot for 20 years. The king. I pulled a quote. What did he say? Because before September 11th, the cockpit door was open. People regularly came to have a look and thought it was a nice surprise that I was sitting there, he added. Saying very few people recognize him as he walks through Amsterdam Schiphol Airport in his KLM uniform and cap. And even when he makes announcements to passengers, Willem Alexander says that as a co-pilot, he doesn't have to give his name. So while some people recognize his voice, it doesn't happen often. Well, no, Willem, because nobody listens to airline announcements. Of course, they don't recognize. Their headphones are in, trying to get the flight attendants. I'm so sorry, flight attendants. I said waitress because the only reason to get their attention is to get a drink. Anyway, I digress. The dude when your king can walk through the airport by himself with his little draggy luggage bag, you know what I mean, in his Starbucks, people just block that. We're blinders on in the airport. People don't stop and pay attention to what's going on. You walk by me in an airport in a pilot uniform, you could be full-blown Taliban. I won't even bat an eye. Carry on, dude with the beard and the bomb. So yeah, I get it. The king can do that. But that he would and can is pretty impressive. I don't even know what these people do. I thought these people had last names. The whole royal family is like Prince or Cher or Madonna. They just got regular names. I can't, and the children they drag into this. What does the king do? I think, here's what you should do. Who's that new dude? Who's the new king? What, the Prince of Wales? I don't know his name. He looks like that kind of old. He's old. If you haven't seen a picture, he looks like he's always getting something out of the garage. I'll be right back. I'm going to get something out of the garage. Puttering. He looks like he putters. That's the word. Like he should, if he was smart, if he had any love for his family at all, Prince of Wales, how is that a thing? That's what his dumb face looks like. No, that's the Prince of Wales is in line for it. King Charles. Okay, that's the. I can't keep the. They all got names. See, I've been researching this for 20 minutes. King Charles III. That's the dude. Looks like he's always harumphing around in his garage, making pottery, sharpening chisels. He looks like a chisel sharpener. I got a new plane. William, the Prince of Wales. He's that dude's kid, and then Diana, who also didn't have a last name. Did she? Oh, so that's the dude married to Kate Middleton. So, look at their dumb kids' faces. I've never seen anything like this. Prince George. He looks so unhappy. All right, we can come back to this. Here's what I think should happen. King Charles III. Does he get to behead people? Do kings still get to behead people? Before I get to what I think should happen. That's when it was cool to be a king. When you could off, or a queen. When you could off with their heads. That's a gangster. All right, off with your head. That's a conversation stopper right there. Come in, tell me your story. Ask me what you will. Put the axe down for a second. I'll let you know. Tell me your story. Okay. You walked all the way here to tell me that your neighbor's stealing fish out of your river. Okay. That's what you woke me up for, to tell me that river fish were getting stolen from your river? Okay. All right. Well, as the king, 1, it's my river. 2, even if I wasn't the king, it's everybody's river. 3, off with his head, please. Will you off with his head so that this never comes back in here again? Yes, I know. You should have thought about this before you came in bitching about fish. You had the whole journey to talk yourself out of this. Yet here you are, fish bitching. So off with his head. That would be fun if I still had that kind of power. I don't think they do. All you do when you're the sovereign leader of a country is be old. That's it. Be old. And occasionally, you got a few little things you can do that let you flex your power. Why are we limiting this to these 12, 20? There's 23. Let me read these names. This is the dumbest list of names I've ever seen. Every one of these people on this list deserves to be bullied in their life. That is such an exaggerated existence compared to mine. All right. The sovereign, whoever the king or queen is, that's the one in charge. But below that, here's the order. Let's read. The Prince of Wales, then Prince George of Wales, then Princess Charlotte of Wales, then Prince Louis of Wales, then the Duke of Sussex, then Master Archie Mountbatten Windsor. Oh, how is his middle name not suicide victim? Then Miss Lilbet Mountbatten Windsor, then the Duke of York. How bad is it if you're the Duke of York and you're further down on the ascension list than Miss Lilbet Mountbatten Windsor? Lilibeth. All right, the Duke of York, followed by Princess Beatrice. She has crazy eyes if you haven't seen her. She's married to this Eduardo dude. Then their kid, Miss Sienna Mapelli Mosey. That kid got a last name. Followed by Prince Eugenie. Oh, go to that Japanese forest with your brother. Master August Brooksbank. Totally punchable. The Earl of Wessex. I saw him in Vikings. The Viscount Severn, which is straight from Harry Potter. The Lady Louise Mountbatten Windsor, who's probably mad that she's not up there with Lilibet and Archie. But all right, born a little late there, Louise. Maybe you're a grown-up. I don't know what your titles mean. The Princess Royal. Okay, you didn't even go for, you went with a wrestler name. Then Mr. Peter Phillips. How'd you get him, buddy? Miss Savannah Phillips. Miss Isla Phillips. All right, you're thruple. Miss Michael Tyndall. And then Mia and Lena Tyndall. And Master Lucas Tyndall. 23rd in line for the succession. What is your job? 23rd in line. That's cruel and unusual punishment to make a family have to sit through this. You're just born into this, and all of a sudden, here's your stuff. Go be royal. I want to be a chemical engineer. I want to be a cop. Like, nope. So that redheaded dude had to go be a helicopter pilot all on his own, and then come back and throw a fit, and get out of everything. They should just dismantle it. And here was my point from earlier. They should dismantle the royal family. But you can't just not have a monarch for a period. You need an airlock so that everybody can adjust to not having a monarch. The queen is dead. Long live the queen. Yada, yada, yada. Pip, pip, cheerio. Toodaloo. Understand. Now we got Prince Charles, or now King Charles III, whatever their name. I don't know if he changed names when he became a Super Saiyan or how that works. Now he's in charge. He quit. Quit. Just leave a note. Don't even leave a note. Leave a voicemail. Text your boss. You don't have a boss? Just don't show up. Just quit. And leave instructions that the population of the UK is about 67 million, I think. It's a lot of people. What if we give everybody a chance? What if everybody on their 70th birthday, so the math roughly, 67 million divided by some stuff times some stuff. Roughly, call it 15 seconds a person. If we do that, we can get through 67 million people in about 31 years. Everybody gets to, so man, you know what? We probably spread that out too, because not everybody's, you get it on your 70th birthday, and not everybody's going to make it to their 70th birthday. So you got to put some sort of loss in there, right? I don't know what that rate is, but call it enough to make the math work so that everyone could probably be king or queen. You could be sovereign for 1 minute. 1 minute. That's it. Sometime on your 70th birthday. What would you do? And this would only be everybody born right now. The minute you pass that law, everybody born after that is just SOL. Sorry, it's like Social Security. You just don't get it. I realize you're probably going to pay in. None of this benefits you. I think everybody born to date should get to be up, but that's it. There's a cutoff, and I hope that cutoff is twins. And I hope one of those twins uses his king ability on his brother. Anyway, it's a totally different thing. What would you do if you were king or queen for a minute? Just a minute. I don't know what you would do. Would you go to Chipotle and make them give you free guac? You only got a minute, right? Some of you are going to be stuck. You're going to have to sign some papers. That's your minute. Here you are, king. Sign these. It'll be a phone book. It'll be you and your next 3 kings over the couple of minutes signing a bunch of stuff. You'd be like, I wasted my whole kingdom. They made me work. It happens, buddy. Life's not fair. I would find a line and cut in it. That's what I would do. I say that. I might go back to that Chipotle and make them give me that whole spoonful of chicken. You know, they do that. Sometimes they just give you like half a spoonful. You're like, bro, you just work here. This isn't your Chipotle. Nobody's weighing your chicken to make sure you didn't let those extra 3 pieces fall in my taco, bro. Why don't you just unask the chicken, please? Anyway, I think I would cut in line. I think that's a kingly thing to do. Like a busy grocery store day. You know what I mean? Like a Thursday afternoon at the Kroger. All the soccer moms are in there buying juice boxes and Lunchables. They got that whole cart full up with $400 worth of husband's money. You know what I mean? And she's just in there in her Crocs and her sweatpants. Those kids in tow like a duckling. Cereal and stuff. Yes, apples, Jimothy. And Jimothy. Yeah, find myself in line behind 9 of those. I'm not going to self-checkout. I'm the king. Clear the way. Yes, please. All of it. Few bags as possible. I'm the king. I believe in the environment. I think the only thing beneficial to being an actual sovereign would be the ability to pardon. I know they have it. It's called there's just a pardon in the United States. I think it's the royal prerogative of mercy is what the queen or king can do. It doesn't happen a lot. I think it's happened a couple of times in the last couple of decades that I know of. I know Alan Turing was posthumously pardoned for being gay, which is a weird thing to be charged with. Go look that story up. Gross indecency, I think. They finally pardoned him. Proper thing to do. The father, what could be modern artificial intelligence. And then, in 2020, the royal prerogative of mercy was used on a man named Stephen Gallant. Sometimes when I'm looking these things up, I decide I want to know. This is how it goes. I go, I want to know. This is how all rabbit holes are formed. I want to know what's going on with the king. Does he have power? Does he have any? So look at what can they do? And you go, well, royal prerogative of mercy. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's basically an English pardon. Okay, when has it been used? They use it the way our presidents do to get criminals or other people who helped to steal presidencies out of. Is it like that? Or is it more rare? So Stephen Gallant, here's what I see, was serving life imprisonment for murder, was granted this reduction in sentence in recognition, I believe it was a 10-month reduction, in recognition of his exceptionally brave actions at Fishmongers Hall. That caught my attention first and foremost. Fishmongers Hall sounds like a spectacular place to get drunk. Sounds like a Viking longhouse full of people throwing fish around and drinking. A lot of people go, hey, fishmonger just sounds like that. It's probably just I don't know what it really is. But this guy, his exceptionally brave actions at Fishmongers Hall helped save people's lives despite the tremendous risk to his own while confronting terrorist Usman Khan during the 2019 London Bridge attack. All right, well, that snapped me awake. I remember that. I don't remember what happened, really, but vaguely. Let's go look up Fishmongers Hall and Stephen Gallant and see what happened. Here's the story I find. Stephen Gallant was serving a life sentence for murder when he helped stop Khan's terror attack in November of 2019. A life sentence he was on. Mr. Gallant was on day release. He was in prison, and then he was out of prison that day to go attend a prisoner rehabilitation conference. Same conference where Khan stabbed Jack Merritt and Saskia Jones. That's the story. But Khan, Mr. Gallant, got into it along with a couple other prisoners, and that's what makes me want to tell the story, because here, as they explain what happened at the prisoner rehabilitation conference at Fishmongers Hall, once the attack began, Mr. Gallant and 2 others chased Khan out onto London Bridge from Fishmongers Hall. An ex-prisoner, John Crilly, sprayed Khan with a fire extinguisher, and Darren Frost jabbed him with a narwhal tusk. The unicorn of the sea. I'm assuming he got the narwhal. That's where I should have. This is where the Google rabbit hole will lead after I get off air. I will go endeavor to figure out where the narwhal tusk came from. I assume it was hanging on a wall in the fishmonger's house. Is that the name of it? The fishmonger's Hall. Fishmonger's house is a location in Assassin's Creed, I think. What? It's good that he got out. They reduced his sentence. They gave it to that's cool. They let the guy out. He was doing his duty. But make no mistake, what went down on London Bridge was prison rules. A fire hydrant, a narwhal tusk. Tell me Stephen Gallant didn't bang his head off of a metal toilet. Wow. Good for you, Mr. Gallant. That's something that happened years ago. And his sentence was somewhat commuted, or at least the law was changed that allowed it to be commuted, or something due to what the royal family did. But why it takes all these stupid royal people with their dumb names and their titles. Ugh. And their crazy eyes, Princess Beatrice. I've dated those eyes. All right. World's probably going to be okay. Maybe they'll dismantle it. Maybe all my English friends will get their day in the sun when they turn 75. Aiden, what are you going to do up there in Manchester when you get your minute as king? Wait till I'm hanging out. With that said, a big hello to all my friends all over the world. Many of you in many different countries. Some of you native to those countries. Some of you stationed in those countries. I appreciate you nonetheless. I'm easy to find. All of my stuff is just at sladeham.com. About the only place you can really find me consistently is on YouTube and the podcast channels. It seems to be where I'm happiest. It seems to be where I'm going to stay. If you'd like to send me candles to leave lit while I'm gone, I'm taking your orders. Send them on. Tell me what order you want me to burn them in. Please don't sneak any demons into the candles so something escapes. While I'm not at home, I'll be at the grocery store. I'll come back. There's demons everywhere. You can't. Who wants to deal with that? If you'd like to sponsor the show, we can talk. Email me or find me. All the information, sladeham.com. Come see me live. I am at Hyenas Fort Worth Friday and Saturday night, the 16th and 17th, and then back in the Houston Improv, the 28th. As always, I appreciate you guys each and every week. Get after it in the comments via Twitter, via Instagram. You can always send me messages on those platforms, even if I'm not participatory. And I will be back here each and every week as we do this late night in my midnight spaceship. It's the Slade Ham Experiment. Thanks for being here.